The Bhagavad Gita, a sacred Hindu text, offers profound wisdom about life, duty, and spirituality. It is a dialogue between Prince Arjuna and his charioteer Lord Krishna, set on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. This ancient scripture is not just a religious text, but a guide to living a meaningful and purposeful life. It addresses the eternal struggle between good and evil, right and wrong, and the choices we make in our daily lives. Chapter 3, in particular, delves into the concept of Karma Yoga, the path of selfless action. Karma Yoga teaches us to perform our duties without attachment to the results. It emphasizes the importance of action over inaction, and encourages us to work for the greater good rather than for personal gain. This philosophy is especially relevant in today's fast-paced world, where we are often driven by the desire for success and recognition. This chapter unfolds on a battlefield where Arjuna, a warrior prince, faces a moral crisis. He is overwhelmed by the prospect of fighting against his own family, friends, and revered teachers. Arjuna's dilemma is a reflection of the inner conflicts we all experience when faced with difficult decisions. His struggle is not just about the physical battle, but also about the ethical and emotional turmoil that accompanies it. He is torn between his duty to fight and his reluctance to kill his own kin. This internal conflict is a powerful metaphor for the battles we face within ourselves. It highlights the importance of understanding our responsibilities and the consequences of our actions. Arjuna's hesitation and confusion are emotions that resonate with all of us as we navigate the complexities of life. Arjuna's internal struggle mirrors the battles we all face in our lives. Whether it's making career choices, dealing with personal relationships, or finding our purpose, we are constantly confronted with challenges that test our values and beliefs. The Bhagavad Gita offers timeless wisdom that helps us find clarity and strength in these moments of uncertainty. We are constantly confronted with choices, often caught between our desires and our responsibilities. The Gita teaches us to act with integrity and to remain steadfast in our principles. Even when the path is difficult, it encourages us to rise above our fears and doubts and to embrace our duties with courage and conviction. The Bhagavad Gita, through the dialogue between Arjuna and his charioteer Lord Krishna, provides guidance on navigating these complexities. Krishna's teachings offer profound insights into the nature of life, the importance of selfless action, and the path to spiritual enlightenment. By understanding and applying these principles, we can lead a life of purpose, balance, and inner peace. In the previous chapter, Krishna had revealed his divine form, a sight so magnificent that it left Arjuna in awe. This divine revelation was not just a display of power, but a profound message about the nature of existence and the universe. Krishna imparted knowledge about the eternal nature of the soul, explaining that the soul is immortal and beyond physical destruction. This teaching was meant to help Arjuna understand that the physical body is temporary, but the soul is eternal. However, despite these profound teachings, Arjuna remains confused. He is overwhelmed by the thought of the impending war and its consequences. The idea of fighting against his own kin, teachers, and friends fills him with dread and sorrow. He argues that abstaining from fighting would be a more compassionate choice, even if it means neglecting his duty as a warrior. Arjuna's heart is torn between his duty to fight and his desire to avoid causing harm to his loved ones. Arjuna's dilemma represents a universal human experience. We all face moments in life where we must make difficult decisions, often torn between our responsibilities and our emotions. This internal conflict is something everyone can relate to. We often question the purpose of our actions, especially when faced with difficult decisions. The fear of making the wrong choice can paralyze us, leaving us in a state of indecision and confusion. The Bhagavad Gita addresses this confusion by emphasizing the importance of understanding our true nature and the nature of action itself. It teaches that actions should be performed with a sense of duty and detachment, focusing on the righteousness of the act rather than the outcome. By understanding the eternal nature of the soul and the transient nature of the physical world, we can approach our duties with clarity and purpose. The Gita encourages us to rise above our fears and doubts and to act with wisdom and compassion. In this way, the teachings of the Bhagavad Gita provide a timeless guide for navigating the complexities of life, helping us to find balance and peace amidst the chaos of our daily struggles. Krishna, in his divine wisdom, explains that action is an intrinsic part of existence. He states that it is impossible to live without performing any action. Even the act of trying to remain inactive is itself an action. Krishna emphasizes that renouncing action altogether is not a solution. He further explains that the material body is designed for action, and refraining from fulfilling its purpose creates an imbalance. Just as a stagnant pond breeds mosquitoes and disease, a life devoid of action can lead to spiritual stagnation and suffering. Krishna introduces the concept of karma, the law of cause and effect. He explains that every action, whether physical or mental, generates consequences. These consequences, in turn, shape our present and future experiences. Krishna highlights that running away from one's duty is not a way to escape karma. He emphasizes that even seemingly insignificant actions contribute to the cycle of karma. Every action, no matter how small, creates a ripple effect influencing the world around us. This understanding encourages us to act with awareness and responsibility. Section 5. Acting without attachment, the essence of Karma Yoga. In this section, we delve into the profound teachings of Karma Yoga, a path that emphasizes action without attachment. This philosophy is a cornerstone of the Bhagavad Gita and offers timeless wisdom for navigating the complexities of life. Krishna then introduces the concept of Karma Yoga, the path of selfless action. He explains that true fulfillment comes not from the fruits of our labor, but from the purity of our intentions and the dedication to our duties. This teaching encourages us to focus on the process rather than the outcome. He advises Arjuna to perform his duty without being attached to the results. This means engaging in our tasks with full commitment and sincerity, yet remaining indifferent to whether we succeed or fail. It's about finding joy in the act of doing, rather than in what we achieve. This means acting without any expectation of reward or fear of failure. By letting go of our attachment to outcomes, we free ourselves from the constant cycle of hope and despair. This detachment doesn't imply a lack of care, but rather a deeper level of engagement with life. Krishna explains that attachment to outcomes creates suffering. When we tie our happiness to specific results, we become vulnerable to disappointment and frustration. This attachment binds us to a never-ending loop of desire and dissatisfaction. When we cling to specific results, we set ourselves up for disappointment if things don't go our way. This clinging creates a mental and emotional burden that hinders our peace and well-being. By releasing our grip on outcomes, we can experience a sense of freedom and inner calm. On the other hand, when we act with detachment, we find liberation from this cycle of craving and aversion. This liberation allows us to live more fully in the present moment, appreciating each experience for what it is, without being overshadowed by what we hope it will be. In this way, Karma Yoga teaches us to live a life of balance, purpose, and inner peace. Section 6. Finding freedom in detachment. Krishna emphasizes that true happiness and fulfillment arise not from external achievements, but from an internal state of being. He teaches that by performing our duties with a sense of detachment, we can attain inner peace and liberation from the cycle of birth and death. Krishna further explains that true detachment involves dedicating the fruits of our actions to a higher purpose. By surrendering our ego-driven desires and offering our efforts to the well-being of others, we align ourselves with the cosmic order. Section 7. Dharma, the path of right action. Krishna highlights the importance of Dharma, one's righteous duty, in the context of Karma Yoga. He explains that fulfilling our Dharma is crucial for maintaining order and harmony in the world. Our Dharma is determined by our inherent nature, our skills, and our place in society. Krishna emphasizes that performing our Dharma selflessly is not only our duty, but also our path to spiritual growth. When we act in accordance with our Dharma, we contribute to the well-being of ourselves and the world around us. Section 8. Karma Yoga, a path to liberation. Krishna concludes by explaining that Karma Yoga is not just about performing our duties, but also about purifying our minds and hearts. By acting selflessly, we cultivate virtues like discipline, compassion, and equanimity. Through the practice of Karma Yoga, we gradually free ourselves from the clutches of our ego and realize our true nature as spiritual beings. This realization ultimately leads to liberation from suffering and the attainment of enlightenment. Section 9. The Timeless Wisdom of the Bhagavad Gita. The Bhagavad Gita's teachings on karma yoga offer profound insights into the nature of action, duty, and spiritual liberation. Krishna's message to Arjuna resonates through the ages, providing guidance for navigating the complexities of life and finding meaning in our actions. By embracing the principles of karma yoga, selfless action, detachment from results, and dedication to our Dharma, we can transcend the cycle of suffering and move towards a life filled with purpose, peace, and spiritual fulfillment.